Hello! Today we are talking about taking private lessons. There are a bunch of different ways to get better at tango, and private lessons is one of them. I have taken arguably too many. So today I'm going to be talking about things that you can do before, during, and after a private lesson to really maximize your return on investment and help you grow. Before taking a private lesson, there's a couple things you want to do. I would definitely recommend that you take a class with the teacher beforehand. That way you get an idea of what their teaching philosophy or style is like, and it gives them a chance to see you and your dancing and establish that before your actual first lesson. I think it's also really important to go in with a goal. I know that I've gone into a lot of private lessons just with fix me, which is perfectly fine
because there's a lot there.
But having a goal, a plan, a weakness that you want to tackle, it's going to help yourself see progress and help the instructor really target what you want to work on. Another really important part is come beforehand, about like 15 minutes beforehand at least, to warm up. If you are just strapping into your shoes, if your first dance of the day is with an instructor, you're gonna spend the first 20 minutes kind of undoing the day and getting into your body. So if you can practice, prep, stretch, do a couple drills beforehand, your body is just in its tango zone and not getting corrected and just like warming up. Small practical note, be mindful of when you're scheduling a private lesson for yourself. I know that I've made the mistake of trying to get a private lesson in on like Friday night after a long week, and I just was not ready for feedback. During your private lesson, you want to be asking questions and really being curious. Keep in mind your own learning style. If you learn best by seeing something, by feeling something, by hearing it explained, while it's important to have a goal or an element in mind to work on, be flexible. Don't expect miracles, and make sure that you walk before you run. Learning tango takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and it's not going to happen overnight. Undoing bad habits or deconstructing elements of your dance can feel very vulnerable. I know that I personally have had that feeling like, well, if I change this like element of my dancing, what if so-and-so doesn't like dancing with me anymore? Because you start to like kind of own your identity and own your body. Understand that those feelings are gonna come up and it can be really jarring. So be patient with yourself, be patient with the instructor, and try everything on for size. You can always readjust later. In fact, adjusting and readjusting is part of the game. Some key topics to always tackle are embrace, walking, pivots, navigation, music. There's a lot. A couple of things that you can do towards the end of your lesson is give yourself enough time to recap, ask those final questions. You can even video record yourself dancing a few of the elements, and ask for homework. What are some drills? What are some things that I can be working on to take away to work on in between this lesson and the next? After your private lesson, do something to make sure that you have and can hold on to this information. Write stuff down, record it. I personally need to hear the same thing different ways or multiple times before they sink in. But if you can record that, if you can get that down for yourself, you're saving yourself the repetition of having the same lesson over and over again, or at least minimizing it. Work on those elements in practica with a practice partner. If you're taking multiple lessons, there's a couple different ways to think about this and to time them out. I know that I have taken lots of lessons in quick success, one after another. Give yourself time to really internalize and practice that information to make progress. Also couple that with occasional kind of like seasonal lessons. Both can be really helpful. Something that I haven't done yet, but I would love to explore, is taking private lessons with a partner. I think it can be great for the instructor to see how you dance with another person in addition to how you dance with them. I've also heard really good things about when you take private lessons with 2 instructors. That way they can give you feedback both how to do the move and how that move feels in your own body. All right, so those were hopefully some very helpful tips on what to do before, during, and after a private lesson to really maximize that time and your return on investment. Private lessons can be expensive, so it's nice to be able to make the most out of them. I'd love to continue this conversation, so drop comments and questions down. I hope that you have strong private lessons in your future and divine tandas. Take care.